Hello and welcome to the next episode of our Let's Look At series, where we will be continuing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Monster Manual. This might be the last episode, depending on how quickly I get through this section, because I don't want to have like a 5-minute video the last little bit. But let's start. We have the Quasit. Well, the Quasit is rare on the material plane. They are not on the planes of Pandemonium and the Abyss. The Quasit is a larva changed into a minor demon form to serve as a familiar to a chaotic evil magic user or cleric. Okay. A Quasit is able to polymorph itself into the shape of any two of the fallen creatures, this power being given to it by the demon lord. Giant centipede, bat frog, or wolf. Okay. Rakshasa, which I've always wanted to use a Rakshasa, I just never had the opportunity. Known first in India, these evil spirits encased in flesh are spreading. They are fond of a diet of human meat, and as masters of illusion, they can easily gain this end. Then we've got Ram, Ray, which is a manta ray. Remoraz. Remoraz, sometimes known as polar worms, inhabit only the chill wastes. They are very aggressive predators. Rhinoceros rock. Rocks are huge birds somewhat resembling eagles. They inhabit the highest mountains in warm regions. They prey upon large creatures such as cattle, horses, and elephants. The rock swoops down upon prey, seizes it in its powerful talons, and carries it off to its lair. If the creature resists, the rock will strike it with its beak, inflicting 4 to 24 points of damage per hit. Roper. Rot grub. Rot grubs are occasionally found in heaps of offal or dung. They are rarely found in ceilings, walls, or floors. These small creatures will viciously burrow into any living flesh which touches them, for they greatly enjoy such fare to dine upon. Okay, that's gross. And the art for it. Hold on. This camera's a little off. Right there. But you can kind of see it. Yeah. Rust monster. Rust monsters only inhabit dark subterranean places. They roam such places in search of their food, metals of all sorts, but principally ferrous-based metals such as iron, steel, and steel alloys such as mithril, adamantite, arms, and armor. If the rust monster touches the metal with its 2 antennae, roll to hit die. It rusts or corrodes the metal. Yeah, we're going to probably finish the book in this episode. Sahagin. I've used these guys before. They're great. Sorry, I was yawning. The Sahagin, sometimes referred to as sea devils or devilmen of the deep, dwell in warm saltwater depths of 1 to 1500. The legends about and history of these monsters will be dealt with later. Sahagin are predatory in the extreme, and they pose a constant threat to all living things because they kill for sport and pleasure as well as for food. Okay, and then there's a whole bunch of it. Salamander, satyr. Satyr, or fawns, inhabit only sylvan woodlands. They are interested primarily only in sport, frolicking, piping, chasing wood nymphs, etc. They resent intrusion, however, and will drive away any creature which offends them. They can sometimes be lured or bribed with superior wine. Then we've got scorpion. Sea hag. Sea hags inhabit thickly vegetated shallows in warm seas. A very rare variety dwells in fresh waters. They are reclusive and hate beauty, so their lairs are likely to be very dismal, ugly places. The sea hag is so ghastly, looking as to make a creature weak from fright. Unless a saving throw versus magic is successful, the creature loses 1/2 of its strength for 1 to 6 turns. Sea lion. Sea lions are fearsome carnivores which inhabit casual marine waters. They hunt in packs and emit loud, bellowing roars even underwater. Shadow. These horrible undead creatures are found amidst ancient ruins or deep beneath the ground. As they exist primarily on the negative material plane, they drain strength by merely touching an opponent. Oh my goodness, there's a lot. Shambling mound. Shambling mounds, or shamblers, are found in dismal marshes or certain wet subterranean places. They are omnivorous, feeding upon any living material via their weird roots and tendrils. They attack fiercely, clubbing with their limbs twice per melee round. Shark. Shadoo. I'm not familiar. Shadoo travel about the world seeking to further the ends of lawful good, helping allied creatures when in need. Although Shadoo can attack with their powerful front hooves, they are more likely to use their psionic abilities, 3 major and 5 minor disciplines. Shrieker. Shriekers are normally quiet, mindless fungi which are ambulatory. They live in dark places beneath the ground. Light within 30 or movement within 10 will cause them to emit a piercing shriek which lasts for 1 to 3 melee rounds. This noise has a 50% chance of attracting wandering monsters each round thereafter. Purple worms and shambling mounds greatly prize Shrieker as food. Then we've got Skeleton, Giant Skunk, Slithering Tracker. This monster is transparent and almost impossible to discover. 5% chance of spotting. It inhabits dungeons and other dark places and does not normally attack its prey immediately. 10% chance of immediate attack. The tracker usually follows the chosen victim to the place where the victim sleeps, and only when its prey is asleep will it strike. Then we've got Snake. Oh, I'm sorry, Giant Slug. Skip those. Giant Snake, Spectre. Spectres are very powerful undead humans whose primary existence is on the negative material plane. Spectres haunt the most desolate of places, tombs and dungeons. They hate sunlight and living things. Daylight makes them powerless. Life makes them lament their unlife. Sphinx, Andro. The male or Androsphinx is a very powerful and large creature. An Androsphinx attacks with its 2 great paws in melee. It has the ability to use clerical spells as if it were a 6th level human cleric. They usually shun the company of Gynosphinxes, for they resent the female's greater intelligence and neutral alignment. Okay, and then we have another one. Creo. The Creosphinx is a ram-headed creature which is likely to be found in woodland areas. These creatures prize wealth and will usually seek to extort passerby. Safe passage for a hefty bribe. In combat, they attack with either their 2 forepaws or a great butt with their horned head. And then we have Gynosphinx. The Gynosphinx is the female counterpart of the Androsphinx. They are both knowledgeable and wise. As they are neutral and prize gems and similar wealth, they will only help humans if they are paid, although they will sometimes accept payment in the form of riddles, poetry, prose, knowledge, or the location of an Androsphinx. Okay. Hierako. The hawk-headed or Hierako-sphinx is evil and rapacious. They are found in hilly regions. They prey on warm-blooded creatures by preference, humans being high on the list of favorite meals. And then we have some fantastic art. Giant spiders. Sprite. Sprites dwell in meadows and woodland glens. They are very shy and reclusive, but they hate evil and ugliness of all sorts. They are armed with slim swords, equal to daggers, and small bows with but half the range and effect of a short bow. Then we've got giant squid, stag, sturge. Sturges are found only in very dark tangled forest or in subterranean lairs. They lay in wait for warm-blooded creatures, swoop down, and when their long, sharp proboscis is attached, the blood of the victim is drawn through to be eaten. Strangleweed. Sioux monster. Sioux monsters. Sioux monsters inhabit forsaken wilderness areas and subterranean lairs as well. They have prehensile tails which they use to swing from limb to limb or to hang upside down. From such a position, they can attack with all 4 of their clawed feet as well as their jaws. Then we have sylph. Sylphs are very beautiful creatures similar to nymphs. The sylphs, however, dwell primarily in aerial places. They are fond of flitting about, and it is not unlikely that they will be encountered near the places where they dwell. Thought Eater. Okay. Thought Eaters are dwellers in the ether. Their senses, however, extend into the physical plane, and any psionic or psionic-related energy use in either area will attract their attention. Range of ability or magic equals attraction range. The Thought Eater appears to be something like a sticky, gray, skeletal-bodied, enormous-headed platypus to those who are able to observe it. Okay, that's weird. Giant tick, tiger, titan. Titans normally dwell on a plane. Hold on. Sorry. Titans normally dwell on a plane somewhere above the material, but occasionally they will visit the latter plane for various periods of time. Those dwellings on the prime material plane for an extended period will acquire treasure as indicated above. Titan there. These huge and fearless plant eaters roam the temperate plains of the Pleistocene era in herds. If more than 6 are encountered, 1 to 4 of those will be numbering over 1/2 of the possible total will be young, from 10% to 80% grown. Giant toad, trapper. Trappers are clever monsters found only in caves, caverns, and other dark places. They prefer a subterranean habitation to all others. They shape their flat bodies to conform to the floor surface of their abode. Okay. Treant, Triton, Troglodyte, Troll, Turtle, Umber Hulk. Umber Hulks are subterranean predators. Their iron-like claws enable them to burrow through solid stone at 1 inch per turn and through loam at fully 6 times that rate. Their prey includes young purple worms, ankeg, and similar monsters. However, the favorite prey of Umber Hulks are humans. Then we've got Unicorn. Unicorns dwell only in temperate woodlands, away from human habitation. These fierce but good creatures shun contact with all creatures except sprites, dryads, and the like. Elven and human maids of pure heart and good alignment may sometimes, 25%, tame unicorns for use as steeds, and such are faithful, obedient mounts. Vampire. The most dreaded of the chaotic evil undead is the night-prowling vampire. These creatures must rest in a coffin or similar receptacle during hours of sunlight unless far beneath the surface of the ground, and in the latter case they most occasionally return to such rest, for their power is restored by contact with soil from their grave. Giant wasp, horrifying. Water weird, giant weasel, whale, white. The term white has lost its old meaning of a person and come to stand for these undead humans who typically inhabit barrow mounds or catacombs. These creatures are most evil and hateful, seeking to destroy any life form they encounter. Whites shun bright light and hate sunlight. Will-o'-the-wisp. How close? Yeah, we're almost done. Will-o'-the-wisp. Will-o'-the-wisp commonly haunt deserted, dangerous places such as bogs and fens and swamps, or catacombs where mires, quicksand, pit traps, and the like are plentiful. A victim trapped by these hazards feeds the will-o'-the-wisp as it expires, for the thing feeds upon the fleeting life force. Then we've got Windwalker, Wolf, Wolverine, Wraith. Wraiths are undead similar in nature to wights, but they exist more strongly on the negative material plane. They are found only in dark and gloomy places, for they have no power in full sunlight. Wyvern. Wyvern? Wyverns are distantly related to dragons. These monsters also inhabit places favored by dragons, tangled forests, great caverns, and the like. They are rather stupid, but very aggressive, and wyverns will always attack. Zorn. The Zorn are a race of creatures found on the elemental plane of Earth, but on rare occasion they will abide on the material plane for a time. When so doing, they seek subterranean places. Zorn feed on certain rare minerals which are the subject of their quest on the material plane. And we got Yeti, Zombie, and we're done. Let's see what else we got. The appendix, treasure types, okay. Index of major listings, more listings, some more art. Other fantasy and science fiction titles from TSR: Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual, Deities and Demigods, The World of Greyhawk, Dungeon Master Screen, Player Character Record Sheets, Permanent Character Folder and Adventure Record Sheets, Non-Player Character Record Sheets, The Rogue Gallery, Dungeon Master's Adventure Log, Modules, and then we've got a bunch. Then we've got Gen Con, and then we have the end, and this time the phone number's not there, but we do have a name. Ivanet L. Thompson. But that's it for this book. We finished it. That was good. I enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And I may not reply to the comments, but I do read them all. So thanks for watching.